Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another edition of G.T.E Professional Network Podcast. I'm your host, Ed Peterson. And of course, today's date, ladies and gentlemen, is Tuesday, of course, June the 17th, as we continue our growth series for the month of June, as we continue to uplift and educate all of our entrepreneurs, churches, and nonprofit organizations how to build and grow their network in the area where they do business, utilizing a website as a marketing tool. So we have some great content to cover today, and I want to hope that you guys get a pen and paper to take some copious notes. And thank you all for those who have filled out the form on my website at globaltouchenterprise.net. And also liking and subscribing to my YouTube channel here at Edward Peterson Jr. This is good opportunities, ladies and gentlemen, for us to really maximize the moment, educate ourselves, build our networks, and help those that's in need in the marketplace. And again, as servant leaders, we're here to satisfy three things in the marketplace, ladies and gentlemen. It's what people want, need, and can afford. And as long as we continue to satisfy these three things, we're going to be successful. So what is our agenda for today? And what we are having on our topic today is what people have been inquiring about on my website. And as a web design and marketing company based out of Houston, Texas, I've been doing this since 2008, web design and marketing. So past 17 plus years, I've been assisting local businesses, churches, and nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs across the country to build and grow their network in the area where they do business. And this has been a golden opportunity as we continue to reach our goals for the month, as we continue to close out this year, 2025, and what we're going to be looking into the new year, 2026. So we only have 6 months left in this year. And this is an opportunity for us to really put forth an effort to educate and utilize the tools that we have, technologically speaking, so that way we can grow our businesses, help others in the community that we serve, and also help others to reach their goals as we reach ours. And we're always going to be using the PHP effect, ladies and gentlemen, people helping people. So I'm real super excited for the opportunities as we continue to educate our young entrepreneurs as well, high school and college kids, as well as grade school kids now, since they all graduated. Congratulations to all of our graduates this year, 2025. And we want to make sure that we continue to educate and impact them on a regular, consistent basis. So with all the internship programs that we have here at Global Touch Enterprise, we do have an internship program that we've just implemented and put together. So you guys can get paid learning technology, web design, graphic design, as well as any of the other options that we have in our business network here that's going to help you succeed in the field that you have a passion for, that you want to get into, and that you want to learn. And so this gives us an opportunity to really help you all to build and grow and pass the baton along as we continue to move forward in our endeavors. So, well, let's talk about today and what our topic will be about today, which I'm real super excited because a lot of my clients that don't have websites, and I share this all the time. In today's market, you need a website, period. And if you don't have a website, you want to go ahead and get that done like ASAP, because you're missing out on a lot of opportunities and the money and other additional funds that you can have coming into your network, your business, on a regular, consistent basis. So what we're going to be talking about today is basically building your online presence with your website. And again, as Global Touch Enterprise, we're a web design and marketing company, and we want to continue to educate all of our entrepreneurs on how to utilize their websites as a marketing tool and as a lead generating machine. But how do you build your online presence with your website? Well, building your online presence with your website involves creating a strong and visible identity on the internet. A website is the foundational element of your online presence, serving as a hub for potential customers to learn about your brand, products, or services that you provide. Now, if you're in a product business, then you will have an e-commerce website. If you're in a service business, you also will have an e-commerce website, because they will have to pay for the services. And then if you have it where they can pay online, that collapse your time frames where you don't have to worry about waiting for money. If you have a brick and mortar location, or you want to have both. You want to have a physical presence if you're a product business, and you also want to have an online presence as well. And notice that when I say online presence, we talk about your website, we talk about how do you build your website, and how do you let people know exactly where to go to see you. So we want to create a professional website that represents your brand, that represents who you are as an individual, as a company. So you want to build a user-friendly and visible, appealing website. This is going to involve, ladies and gentlemen, designing a website that is easy to navigate, includes clear contact information, has appealing design, and ensures all forms and bottoms functions correctly. Because if they don't function, guess what happens? People are not going to stick on your website long, and then they wind up abandoning going any further with your website, on your website. So you don't want that. And I've seen a lot of clients through the years had that problem. And of course, I had to go in and help them and get them corrected and fix it on a proper level. So, but you also want to ensure that it's mobile friendly, because again, we use our cell phones now, ladies and gentlemen, more than ever. These mobile devices is what keeps us. And again, people can order directly from their phone now from your website, or whatever product you're providing on the internet, as well as whatever service you're providing on the internet as well. And such as me, I have a service business online, and my business is internet based. I don't have a brick and mortar location. I actually have an office location though. And I also do workshops where I'm educating entrepreneurs locally here in Houston how to build and grow their network in the area where you do business, where they do business. And then as well as my workshops is done monthly. So my next workshop that I have coming up, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be July the 19th, which is on a Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon. I'll be educating and sharing information and tools and tips to get entrepreneurs up and running properly. Because again, if you're a startup company, because my target market is startups, and you want to understand your target markets as well. Who is your target market? What's the age demographics? What's the geographic areas that you're covering? And what's the behaviors of your target audience? And so with that being said, basically ensuring that your website is mobile friendly, it gives that a significant portion of web traffic originates from mobile devices today. And believe it or not, your website must be responsive and optimized for mobile viewing, meaning that when we talk about responsive websites, we're talking about websites that fits on any size screen that the people go in and type in your domain name and pull up. So if it's on a laptop, a desktop computer, or a phone, or even a TV now, because we're using TVs now as internet services that we can pull up information from our TV. Now we have these different levels now where we can actually go online on our TVs and watch and read and do whatever we want to do. So it's really usable and friendly now on the TV side. So you can look at it on a big screen if you want to and pull up the information. And people normally shop on their TVs now. As long as they have internet Wi-Fi at home, they can do that and basically pull up all of your information and see everything that you got going on from the big screen. So if you like the big screen, fine, you can do that. And then again, with all of the different things we got Apple TV, and most of the TVs now come equipped with all of these apps built into the TVs, to whereas if you have internet, you log in and you can go in and pull up your emails, you can go to YouTube, you can go to all these different sections here and watch movies and apps on. You got Netflix, you can do all of that now, which is basically streaming media players that come into play when you attach it to the TV. And some of the TVs come built in with streaming media player access availability. So you want to get into that on your, make sure your website is mobile friendly. Also, too, you want to optimize your page for speed. Now, we talk about optimizations on a lot of levels, but on this section I'm talking about, optimizing as slow loading times can lead to a high bounce rate and negative impact on your search engine rankings. Ensuring that your site loads quickly for a better user experience, or we call UX. And so when you have a great user experience, the website best to be loading faster than that. And with today's technology, we have that capability where we don't have to take long for one page to load to the next. And so if yours is loading that slow, then that means you're out of date, you have old technology at hand, and it's time to give yourself an update. And we also do website reviews, ladies and gentlemen. So we can review your website, go over the aspects of it, and see exactly if you're up to date and current with what's relevant today in the marketplace. And so web design and marketing, of course, let's go into web design industry. It's an $80 billion industry. It's not going anywhere, number one. Two, it's going to continue to evolve and grow. And three, now it has the capabilities to whereas you can do so much the more on your website than you did before. When you're adding videos, you got information on your content. And now your content can be generating revenue for yourself based on the social platform that you are on. And if you have a YouTube channel, which I suggest you do, you want to add that to the level and start growing your content that way, reference to your company, your business, and what you're doing in the marketplace. So this is going to give you something to optimize on a level. Now, you want to prioritize security. Now, especially for e-commerce sites, because I always talk about this. And then if you have a form on your website, if your website handles transactions or collects personal data, make sure it's 100% secure with the reputable security services and proper encryption to build trust with your customers. So that way they won't be taken advantage of and their information gets stolen and sold. And then now they're getting all these hits on a lot of different stuff that they didn't want or need. So you want to make sure that your website has the SSL layer, or we call the secure socket layer. And that's the little lock you see on the browser when you pull up websites, and especially e-commerce sites. If they have that, then it's secure. If it's not, I wouldn't go there. So you want to make sure that you are doing your SEOs properly too. Optimization for search engines, we call SEOs. You want to conduct keyword researches, identify your keywords your target audience uses to find information related to your business. So if I'm selling shoes, then I'm going to be putting in keywords for the particular shoes that I'm selling that customers are going to be looking for, whether it's gym shoes or dress shoes or whatever type of shoes that I'm selling online. I want to put that information in there so that when they type in that word, my information will pop up in that level. Okay, so you also want to optimize your website content with keywords as well. Now, strategically incorporated relevant keywords into your page titles, meta descriptions. You want headings and content to help search engines understand your website's focus. So you want to make sure you have that information, which is very important and relevant for today, because every page should have its own SEO attached to it on the basic side to give it a better meta description of what that page is about. And when you have that meta description of that page, Google, Yahoo, or Bing, the search engine companies I call them, will be able to do the web crawlers and find your information on that page. Now, on another good tip about that, ladies and gentlemen, building your online presence with your website, whatever links you have on, say for instance, you have 5 pages, a 5-page website. You have a event page, you have a shopping page, and then you have just an information page or a video page where you can show your videos. So if you want to, you can break it down with the links, and they can just go to your www. Your domain name, your company name, /events, and then you send that particular link to them. It'll direct them to give them the idea to go directly to the events page where they can purchase a ticket if you're selling tickets on the event, or if you're showing information on the location where they have to go to get to the event. So you want to have those links, and you can hyperlink those, and you can send those out via email. You can do SMS, text messages, and then you can also send it out you can do it on a flyer or form that you have when you're out and about, if you're hosting any events or if you're doing any promotions on that level, and share it with other companies. So these are the things that you can do as well when it comes to that. So looking at all of the different tools and the different things that we can do, ladies and gentlemen, gives you an opportunity to become very detailed and reputable in the marketplace because you're dotting all the I's and you're crossing all your T's. So you want to build a strong backlink profile. Now, you can earn backlinks from reputable websites to enhance your website's authority and visibility and search results. So if I'm Global Touch Enterprise, and then I get with, say, for instance, another company, like the Graduates Gifts LLC, then I'm gonna do a backlink for that, so I can earn reputable because they trust her site, and they also would get on my site and look at it and say, oh, okay, so this must be incorporated with what she's doing. Yes. So now the trust factor enhances and it grows, and that keeps people growing on you and learn more about you, so that way you have more visibility, and then they know that they trust you because they trust the other site that they've already previously visited. So you want to consider local SEOs. Now, when we talk about local SEOs, if you have a local business, optimize for local searches by claiming your Google business profile and adding consistent business information to an online directories. So if you have a location, like my business office is at 2600 South Gessner here. And so that means that with my local SEO, I'm going to give them my address under my Google business profile, so that way Google will make a note to that. And then when they pull up my information, Global Touch Enterprise, and you can Google me, Global Touch Enterprise, you can Google me, and then you'll see all of the information that comes up under me with my address and my website information, my contact phone number, and all of these things. So it's going to keep you visible on the search engine, so that way you can build and grow on that level too. So you also want to create and distribute valuable content. Today's world in the marketplace is all about content creators. We talk about sharing a narrative, telling a story. We're also talking about something that's relevant and beneficial, educational too, by the way, for our target markets, for the marketplace, and for our customers. So if you start a blog, which I like blogging, you want to basically regularly publish SEO-friendly blog posts that addresses your audience's questions and offer valuable insights to those. So whatever topic or subject you want to talk about in the marketplace that's relevant to your target market, your customers, then you want to be posting that on a regular basis. Weekly basis, by the way, is the key. Do it every week. Get them engaged, get them interacting with your business, your company, and let them reply. Get some rebuttals, get some feedback, collect the data. So you want to use a mix of content formats, though, in order to be more effective now. And when it comes to creating and distributing valuable content. So basically, you want to incorporate various content types, such as a blog posts. You're talking about videos, infographics, and customer testimonials, basically, to keep your audience engaged and reach a wider audience. Now, we always on websites, you notice on most of the websites, they have testimonials, Google reviews, infographics, some of them, videos. More importantly, videos, though. If you have a web commercial, we call them web commercials, then you want to have opportunity to just give a snippet of the information that you want to share about a new product or service that you're providing in the marketplace, and why would that customer want to buy from you, and what is that product really all about. So you want to give a snippet about that so people can go and check it out and get more further detailed information. Now, you also want to promote your content as well. So when you create and distribute valuable content, now it's time to promote the content. And what do you want to do to promote it? Well, you want to share your blog posts and other contents on social media, email newsletters, and relevant online communities to drive traffic back to your website. Again, all marketing efforts must be directed back to the website every single time, every single day, every single week, so that way people can give you more traffic than you can handle. So you also want to do repurpose content too, when it comes to creating and distribute valuable content, you want to repurpose your content as well. So you want to transform existing content into different formats. As an example, you can turn a blog post into a video or infographic, or vice versa, to reach more people and extend your content's lifespan. So if you know this content that you've created is relevant, that's going to benefit others in the marketplace, then you want to do your repurpose of the content and transform it to something other and expand it to something else. Again, if you want to turn it into a blog post, you can do that. You can also do videos, and you can also put it in an infographic format. And so if you want to flip-flop them or use all of those, then that'd be great. But you want to use different formats and to keep it going and to keep people being engaged on some important relevancy of information that you have. So if that content you want to last longer than the time that you posted it, and you want to say it lasts long for about a month or so, then you want to do the conversion and do the repurposing of that. So let's talk about leveraging social media marketing. This is one of my topics that a lot of my clients currently ask me to date. As a web design and marketing company, we at Global Touch Enterprise, we basically help a lot of the clients and our customers to basically understand how to leverage your social media marketing. Now, you can do the paid version, which a lot of people are doing today, or you can do the version that's going to get you some organic traffic, and you want to go the organic route starting out, especially if you don't have the capital to maintain that. So you want to choose the right platforms, though. You want to identify the social media platforms where your target audience is most active and focus your efforts on those platforms only. You don't need to be everywhere where your customers are not. That defeats the purpose. Now, if you're trying to gain new customers or new insights of people that you want to reach, then stay with the current ones and expand and grow that. Then maybe you can start on new products and services that you're providing in the marketplace. You may want to start a new platform or a social platform and test it out and see how well that works. But your goal is to stay consistent, though. Being consistent is the key. The more consistent you are, the stronger you are, the better you come out. Okay? So you want to create engaging content for social media. Always, I share this with everybody, and always my clients ask me, well, Ed, what do I need to do to create engaging content? Okay, well, let's talk about that. So you want to share valuable content that resonates with your audience and encourages them to interact with that. And so if you're talking about a particular subject matter or topic, or just say, for instance, you notice how people have these slides, and they wear their slides everywhere, and don't their feet hurt when they're wearing slides 24/7? Well, that's a topic you can talk about. And if you're one that's selling the slides, or you're talking about a particular product that you have in your business, and then you're saying, well, what kind of socks are they wearing with their slides? Is it comfortable for them? And so if you're the company that's going to make something more comfortable for people to wear slides 24/7, then you will want to engage and have your customers to engage and respond to that. And then they'll be ones that reply and share that information, that answer and information with you. So those are what we call engaging content. Now, the next thing you want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is actively engage with your followers, meaning that whatever they're posting on the message that you're saying in a conversation, then you want to reply to that. So you want to actively engage with your followers. So you want to respond to comments and messages, participate in conversations, and build a community around your brand. Let them know what you're doing. Let them know what you have. Give them insights to the new product and service and how it benefited the other customers that bought from you and that you have served in the community. So you want to make sure you're engaging on a consistent basis. This has to be done, ladies and gentlemen, regardless if you feel you don't have the time or not. You will need to have the time, or appoint someone to help you do that. But it's necessary to do that, because actively engaging with your followers keeps you and them in constant contact with each other. Okay. So now you also want to utilize social media advertising, which we were just talking about, but some people do the paid version, and consider using paid social media advertising to target specific demographics and increase your visibility. Now, you can start off with a small amount, say $100, or you can go up to, you can start off with $50. But again, you just want to get it out there so that way people can see exactly what you do, because guess what? These social media platforms have millions of subscribers, people on their platforms. And when you talk about reaching the masses, your goal is just to get a handful of that, or on that size of platform, and go from there. And guess what? Now you're going to be engaging with them, and they're going to check you out, go to your website. You got your contact information there, and then they can see exactly what products and services you're providing. And if they're interested, they'll continue with you. And if not, you'll know about that too as well. So last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to close it out, I want you to know you want to encourage your customers for reviews. Always use generated content. When I say that all the time, you want customer reviews. Now, I use Google reviews all the time. And so when it comes to Google reviews, ladies and gentlemen, I have it where people can scan the QR code and give me a review. Now, when I'm talking about engaging customers to leave a review, your request and showcase positive customer reviews on your website and online directories to build trust and social proof. So you can also put the Google reviews on your website. I've done it for a lot of my clients now, and they love it. And then you can also put Google reviews on the content of it that is on Google. When they Google your company information, your Google reviews will be on the right-hand side of that Google search engine, so that way they can also see how many people made comments about your company, your business, and what they were satisfied with. Whether you got 5 stars, 4 stars, or whatever. Your goal is to get positive reviews consistently. So you want to leverage user-generated content, or we call UGC. You want to run contests, interact on social media, and request reviews to encourage customers to share their experience with your brand. That's very important. The more reviews you get, the better you come out, the more strongly your content comes, and people will be coming to find you and look you up and see exactly what you have to post on a regular, consistent basis. So you want to analyze and optimize your opportunities on your back office of your websites. They have these things in the back office where you can monitor website traffic and your online presence, how many people visited the website, what they looked at, and then also what was effective information that they gathered from your website, and if they made any purchases. If you're an e-commerce site, you want to get that. So analytics, Google Analytics is really a good opportunity, a good tool. But your website has also analytics that partner with Google, because these builders have partnered with Google since Google is the main source now. They're a $1 trillion company out of California. But here's the thing. You can make money on your analytics if you optimize it properly, where there's traffic, there are customers visiting you, and now you have potential buyers. Your goal is to close those deals. Make sure your website is easy and user-friendly so they can make a purchase effectively, whether they're using a cell phone, tablet, or a laptop. So you want to build relationships as you continue to grow your network, your business, online. So network with industry professionals and influencers. Develop relationships with bloggers, journalists, and industry leaders that expand your reach and credibility. Is very vitally important. So you want to collaborate with influencers, though. My suggestion is to collaborate with all your influencers that you can think of, that you may know. So you want to partner with influencers to reach new audiences and build brand awareness so people know what you got. Especially if you're an e-commerce website, you definitely want to do that consistently. So you want to use positive user experience, what we call UX. So you want to design a user-friendly website, which ensures your website is easy to navigate, visibly appealing, and provides a seamless and user experience when they go and visit you. So you want to optimize for mobile devices, and page speeds is key. Ensure your site is responsive and load quickly across all devices. You want to provide clear CTAs, which I call to action, basically guide your visitors toward desired actions you want them to take, such as signing up for a newsletter or making a purchase. Or if they have any questions, they can fill out the form. Go to my website at globaltouchenterprise.net. If you have any questions about your website, your business or company, and how to grow it, building your online presence with your website, we can help you with that. You fill that information out on our form, on our website, and we'll be happy to get back with you. See, there you go. That's what I call a call to action, or CTA. So you want to experiment and stay up to date, though. Always, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not up to date, you need to get up to date ASAP. Do not hesitate. Do not wait. The bottom line is, the more up to date you are, the better you now have information to share with your target market, with your audience, and then they can be engaging with you on a regular, consistent basis. So by implementing these strategies, you can effectively build and enhance your online presence, attracting more visitors to your website, increasing brand awareness, and achieving your business's goal. And whatever your business goals are, ladies and gentlemen, you know what they are, then you want to make sure you reach these goals consistently. Being in season, out of season, staying persistent and consistent, and making sure that your content is also consistent across the platforms that you're going to be working through. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Everybody keeps saying that. Ed, it's a lot of work, man. Yeah. Why you think people are online consistently grinding? This is our online hustle, as we say. So if you want to be an online hustler, then do that. You got to do it. It's a must. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for this opportunity to share with you here at G.T.E Professional Network Podcast. Again, I'm your host, Ed Peterson, and of course, everything that I do and share is for your benefit and for your information and tool to use. Now, if you have any questions, again, you can go to our website at globaltouchenterprise.net, fill out the form, and we'll be happy to assist you. And also like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're here to share with you on a regular weekly basis every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're here to help you. It's all about you. It's you incorporated. So with that, I want to thank you all for this opportunity to share with you. And as always, I want you to keep the faith, ladies and gentlemen, and keep building your dream.